Welcome into PFF TV. I'm Sam Monson, and it's time to look at our Premium Stats 2.0, dive into Josh Rosen's debut for the Arizona Cardinals. As we can see here, it's one of the games that we have full grades in already on the site right now. These will be populating throughout Monday, and you'll be able to get all of the good stuff once they're all up. But for now, let's dive into this game. If you click here, we can go to any one of 14 separate reports for either side of the ball and look at exactly what we want to focus on. We're going to go right here to the offensive summary for Josh Rosen. And as we can see here, Rosen was the #1 graded player on offense for the Arizona Cardinals, an 87.1 overall grade for Rosen, which may surprise some people given what his box score stats looked at. The rest of this offense for the Arizona Cardinals was not good. A lot of yellow, a lot of orange, some red grades down here for some extremely ugly performances. But Rosen up here with the blue grades, with the impressive blue chip, elite kind of performances, certainly when it came to passing. And we can dive a little bit more into that. When we go to the blocking for the Arizona Cardinals, that's when we get to see part of why Rosen's stats weren't that impressive. The pass blocking was not good. We've got some green grades up here, but they're all tight ends. It's Jermaine Gresham, it's Ricky Seals-Jones, it's Gabe Holmes. His tight ends blocked okay when it came to pass blocking. But the offensive line, we start to get into these orange and red grades and a lot of pressures allowed. Only 1 sack, but 7 hits, 8 hurries, 16 total pressures, and a couple of penalties in there for Rosen's pass blocking. His center had a pass blocking grade of just 23.6. That's one of the worst scores you're ever going to see. So Josh Rosen was under pressure a lot during this game. 47% of his dropbacks, which is in that range of real problematic for the quarterback. Anything over 40% is a big number. 45% is serious problems, and anything approaching 50 is basically no shot for the quarterback. So despite that pass protection failure, Josh Rosen actually had a pretty good game. And we can see the box score stats here. 55.6% completion, just 180 yards, 1 touchdown, but 3 dropped passes. That's the big number to focus on here, is that Rosen had a lot of passes that were actually in the right place, ended up being dropped. Also another deep sideline pass that could have been a big play was inches away and ended up being ruled incomplete. So there are a lot of plays here that Rosen's not getting credit for, but he put in the right place. He put in a position to succeed. If we dive into his actual passing chart, this gives you a much better indication of where he was good on the field and where those passes were landing. Right here, he was only 1 for 3 on these deep left quadrant of the field, but that was one of those passes where the deep sideline inches away from being complete. That could have been 2 for 3 for a much healthier amount of yardage plus that touchdown. 1 for 1, 1 for 4 here. This is an idea of where Josh Rosen was good, 1 for 1 down the sideline. But here's where we get to see the breakdown under pressure. No pressure, 10 for 16, 62% completion. Under pressure, 5 for 11. So we get to see the breakdown in Josh Rosen's performance when he was under pressure versus when he wasn't. And actually when he was under pressure, he had his best grades, even though the stat sheet wasn't necessarily at his finest. So this is an idea using premium stats of how the box score doesn't always give you the full picture. You need to dive into some of the advanced numbers, find out how much he was under pressure, find out how many passes were dropped, how many he threw away, how many were not intended targets for his receivers, and that starts to paint a very rosier picture for Josh Rosen. His overall grade up there towards 90s stands right now as the highest debut rookie grade we've seen from a rookie quarterback since PFF has been grading back in 2006. The guy he's overtaking in that regard is Baker Mayfield this past week. So Josh Rosen right now has the highest rookie debut grade we've seen from a quarterback. That's despite being under pressure for almost half of his offensive snaps this week. So a lot to work on for the Cardinals. This pass protection was not good, but Rosen passed the first test. He looked very good in his debut, despite not having a whole lot of help around him. Let's see if that can continue. Let's see for next week and the weeks beyond if Josh Rosen can continue this fantastic start or if he's going to come back down to earth given the pass protection around him. But I encourage you to dive into Premium Stats 2.0, find all the additional data you would like to see, and check it out for any team. check out for premium stats for any of these other games as they filter in on Monday, and check out the rest of the PFF YouTube channel for any other videos.